Did you know that you can get sugar from welding stainless steel? You can get it all on your root. But it's not literally sugar, right? It's oxidation. So what happens is, before you're starting to weld stainless steel, if you're going to be putting your bead in, you have to get all of that oxygen out. If you just proceed to get your TIG wire and get your TIG rig and you start putting your bead in there, not only is the metal going to be a little bit more trickier to manipulate, but your bead's going to start clumping up and it's going to start looking like there's sugar inside of the bead. It's going to look nasty. For the most part, most inspectors are going to cut that out, so you don't want to get that. How do you avoid that? Well, you avoid it by getting all the oxygen out of that pipe. The way you do that is by purging it with argon. So all you do is you cover both sides of the pipe, you put your argon hose on one side, you make a little hole on the other side, you cover the bevels, and you turn your argon on. Now the argon, you got to let it sit there for a little bit, make sure that all that oxygen comes out. The bigger the pipe, the longer you have to wait, obviously, right? After all that's said and done, you can test it. You remove the tape, you put your hand next to the bevel. If that argon is pushing out nice and smooth, you can go ahead and start putting your bead in. Now if it's blowing a lot, that means, you know, that pressure will also affect you, so be careful whenever you're purging. Now another thing, whenever you're getting close to closing up your bead on the top, you have to pay attention to that. Sometimes you don't have an escape, so all that pressure builds up, and if you're not careful, you can, you know, have trouble tying in because all that pressure is going to be pushing your metal out. So watch out for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to be putting in the bead in here without any purge, so that you can see what I mean by sugar. The bead that you see right here was put in using 70S6 wire. That's carbon wire. You don't need to do anything. Carbon is fairly simple to maneuver. Now whenever you weld stainless, you are going to have to purge, and it's going to be a little bit more watery. We're going to go ahead and just put a piece so that you can see what sugar does, or what happens whenever you don't get that oxygen out. Pay attention to that carbon bead right there, and as soon as we get to that stainless part right there, you see that starts bubbling up, starts looking all nasty. The walls are broken down, but the bead will start looking like that. On certain metals, it'll start getting actually, you know, white, looking like sugar. You see all that excess material discoloration? That's actually oxidation. So the stainless is being oxidized because the oxygen is not letting it set the way it should. There's going to be a lot of opinions that you're going to hear about sugar, but bottom line is you shouldn't have it. So take the time to purge it right. Now there's going to be times where the purge is going to be extremely hard on difficult places. The argon's just not going to push all the oxygen out, and you're going to encounter problems like this. There are exceptions, but for the most part, don't listen to the guys that tell you to just seal it up. Take care of your craft. Try to do it right. Not only would it look better, but whenever you're putting your bead in, it goes in a lot smoother. We'll continue doing more stainless steel videos, how to purge it, different techniques that are going to help you out in the field. Again, this is for my beginners. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop a comment below.